This is a long-term review for the Flywoo Venom H20. After flying this for about a good 9 months, I finally started to understand it and the particular pilots of what Flywoo is trying to target. This review will generally be a QA style review to answer some of the potential questions you might have, and I'm just going to play some flight footage and read out what I think about it. Let's go. Okay, so before we begin, just wanted to show you how to mount your propellers correctly, as this was one of the mistakes I made priorly. As you already know, all the propellers are going to have a front sight and a back sight facing position. And to mount your props correctly, you always want your front sight to be facing pointing the sky. So even with these two motors pointing down, like this, like as a pusher configuration, you still want your props, the front sight should still be facing up. I previously mounted the wrong way and it significantly impacted performance, so make sure you do it correctly. Okay, so done with the tips, let's go with the flight footage. Okay, let's start with some outdoor footage. Just for your information, the footage is coming from the Runcam Thumb Pro 4K camera at 4K 30 frames per second. I can certainly carry a much heavier camera like a DJI Action 2, but the problem is I just don't have the right mounts. And seems like the only place I can purchase it will be from the Flywoo website. And consider paying shipping for such a small item, I gave up the thought. So this is something that you might want to keep in mind to order the camera mounts alone when you are purchasing this drone. Okay, so now question number one, how does it feel when you are flying? For the appearance, of course, you have two extra motors. With the two extra motors, it actually gives you extra stability when you're flying. It feels like an all-wheel drive versus a front-wheel drive. The difference is much more noticeable, especially when you're turning. The air is going to feel a little bit extra grippy and the turn will be less drifty compared to the regular 4-motor quad. When flying a 4-motor quads, I do feel that I have to yaw and roll a little bit more to kind of keep myself in course, as you're likely going to be drift on the bigger circle. But for the hex, the circle feels much smaller and is much easier to aim towards your target. And also, with the two motors pointing down as a pusher, you get some slight advantage when you're flying very close to the ground, as it hovers slightly better. Alright, number two, can it freestyle? Yes, it can certainly freestyle as the power is more than sufficient, but you probably already saw one. But I wouldn't say it's meant to be. The extra motors to me are meant for better carrying capacity, but for freestyle performance, I do think it is a little bit overkill. Like, you're just not going to drive a 4x4 truck and go on a drift race, right? And with the motors facing down, it is one extra thing to worry that you're going to break when you are trying to land or crash, because yeah, it's just not protected. Not to mention that you have these little tiny plastic legs that is guaranteed to break on any crash. So for freestyle flying, it's better going off with a regular 4-motor quad that has everything pointing up, and it should be more stronger. So question number three, so what is this drone made for? I would say this drone is a combination between a Cinewhoop and a freestyle quad. You get the carrying power and the stabilization you need, but at the same time you are not losing too much performance, as you do not have ducts. You can certainly add prop guards if needed, but it will be a hassle to do it because you got to unscrew everything and screw everything back. Also, for the size wise, this drone is a little smaller compared to a 2.5-inch Cinewhoop, but with a similar carrying power. So if your goal is to chase car and keep everything small, or just have cinematic footage, this one might be perfect for the job. So one of the benefits of being smaller is that you get to hit smaller gaps and less people will care that you're flying a drone. The sound compared to regular Cinewhoop, it's a lot quieter, so no more vacuum cleaner flying around. So if you're looking for something between a Cinewhoop and a freestyle drone, this is your best bet. Okay, number four, is this for a beginner? Nope, absolutely not. This is too complex and too fragile to be used to learn on. You will have some much durable and cheaper option out there. To fully reveal the potential of this quad, I would say probably intermediate or above pilot would be better. If I get the chance to choose again, I would not buy this to be my first FPV drone. But it's perfect now, but just not suitable for me back then when I was a beginner. Next, you probably know what I'm going to say, as I'm switching the footage to indoor with the DVR of the Propeller cam. And the question is, can you fly the Venom indoor? Pretty obviously, yes, you can, but probably best to put some prop guards and adjust your camera angle to near zero, As having 6 motors with 4S power, it does have quite a big punch. After you've done so, it can be flown smoothly indoor at a really slow speed, but just know the prop guards are almost close to one-time use. Once you hit something, the prop guards will get squeezed and the propellers will be slicing them into pieces and potentially jamming your motors up, so just be aware. Alright? My garage is only this big and nothing good to see as I can only go in circles, and these are all the things I have to say anyway. If you have additional observation or questions of the Flywoo Venom, why not just let me know at the comment section. Enjoy some more flight footage of the Flywoo Venom and the Runkin combination, and I'll see you next time. Bye.